Hello everyone, my name is David Phan, and I'm a landscape architecture major in the University of Maryland College Park. This is my third year, or my junior year, and I am expected to graduate in spring of 2025.
How did you first hear about AACC?
I did hear about it briefly in 10th grade, about taking summer classes while I was in high school, and that made me interested in taking a few classes over the summer.
What was it about the ECAP program and taking classes with us in high school that interested you?
I wanted to get a step ahead in math so I could take calculus in 11th grade. So when I talked to my counselor about taking a pre-calculus over the summer, my counselor, Carrie Climbs of Old Mill High School, talked to me about the process of taking classes here at AACC, and eventually I went through the process of going to admissions and registering for pre-calc during the summer.
What?
So I was a bit late in pre-calc, but overall I think I did really well in pre-calculus.
Awesome. Do you feel that taking classes under the ECAP program prepared you for taking full-time classes at AACC, and why?
Absolutely. The ECAP class, pre-calculus, really helped me get exposure to the college, or specifically the AACC environment, or the community college experience, because most of the classes I take now at College Park, they're twice or even 3 times the size of the classes compared to AACC. So AACC, their class size is around 20, while UMD or College Park, they have a lot more like lecture-based classes. So expect like pre-calculus to have 100, 200 students per class, while like all the basic general education courses will have like 200 plus students.
Sure.
So, by having a smaller class size at AACC, you can talk to the professor more one-on-one, email the professor or talk to the professor, and they will respond typically really quickly. So I really enjoyed that aspect of AACC during my time as an ECAP student.
What major did you eventually decide to pursue, and why?
Initially, I wanted to pursue architecture, mainly because my grandfather and my great-grandfather, they were architects over at Vietnam, so I wanted to follow on their footsteps and become an architect. And when I got to AACC during the summer orientation, I talked to Michael Ryan, the previous department chair, and he introduced me to landscape architecture, which revolves around designing around the building. So mainly like the landscapes, the landforms, the vegetation. I really enjoyed designing with plants and shrubberies, so I was just in awe of what landscape architecture at AACC has to offer. And even then, I still got exposure to architecture classes because we have to take like the intro classes.
Would you say that your family was a big influence in your decision to actually attend college?
Absolutely. Both my parents did not continue their education past high school. So my dad, he didn't continue high school mainly due to the Vietnamese conflict. So my grandfather was also a South Vietnamese officer, so as he was higher ranked, once he got imprisoned by the North Vietnamese. Once my grandfather was released from prison, my dad was unable to continue his education, mainly because the North Vietnamese took over the South Vietnam. So the North Vietnamese basically blocked any of my dad's family to continue their education in Vietnam. So my dad placed a huge emphasis on education because he enjoyed learning. He also wanted to become an architect, but his education was put into a halt because of just war and poverty. It's just a horrible experience that a student would go through, just getting blocked from continuing their education and pursuing their dreams, mainly because of just conflict and war.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, the same thing. She was also part of South Vietnam, but not in. She grew up in poverty, so as much as she wanted to continue her education, she could not because she also had many sisters and many brothers to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
So she basically gave up her education so that her younger siblings would continue theirs. So she would just go to the markets, sell candies, sell food. Just after the Vietnamese conflict, it was just a train wreck over at South Vietnam. So it was really rough for both of them to go through that experience. They emphasized going to school. Just every day is like, hey, make sure you have a great day at school. Make sure you tell me what you learned
Mm-hmm.
at school today. They really want me to just be engaged in school and prioritize school because they didn't have that experience.
Based on the experiences that you've had, is there any piece of advice, knowing what you know now, that you would give to any high school students who may be interested in possibly participating in ECAP or don't know what they want to do?
Get exposure to AACC first and just experience what the classes are during your high school career, because just getting that step ahead and getting exposure to the college experience early is really useful in the long run, because you can just get noticed by any potential colleges that you want to go to, and you can start practicing just your work ethic. I feel like it's very important as a high schooler just to get that step, just to get that edge, because you're competing with your entire class in getting admission to those 4-year universities, but sometimes things don't go well, and just COVID happened, or just another pandemic. You never know what life is gonna hit you with. So at the end of the day, I'm just happy that I'm still pursuing my career, pursuing my path. Again, everyone has their own path, and you just can't compare yourself to other people. So
Well, thank you very much for coming in to talk to us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.